Howdy all to you fellow Tarkov residents, this is
Name and address withheld.
coming at you with security brief on a Russian MRE. It's a 24-hour pack from the Russian Army. We currently place on ore, however we're still waiting on that to be delivered. We're expecting that here should be here in a few minutes. We're waiting on that. Hold up, I think we got that now. Oh wait, we have a delivery. Holy shit. Thank you kindly.
Can I? Do you have any idea how hard this was to get? No, because you weren't the one who went all the way there to get it, were you?
Negatory.
Better watch out.
Now that we have the ration in hand, let's go and get her open so we can see what the contents are. We can go from there. Now if you notice down on the bottom, there's a small rip tab. You just gotta take this. And you're gonna go a whole way across. Sometimes they're a pain in the ass like that, but just leave it like that. Just give me nice and open for you. Then there's gonna be an opening point.
Go get the bucket, I think.
It's like rotted dog food when you open it. Now that we have it ripped up, let's go ahead and tear her open. Inside, we have another box. Let's go ahead and get this one. Looks like some sort of protein bar. Crackers. More crackers. Feels like some sort of drink powder. It's like some kind of sauce by the looks of it. Not sure what that is. We'll have to figure that out later. Another drink packet. Looks like moist towelettes. More moist towelettes. Some other powder. More towelettes. A very dented tin of some sort. Probably one of the three main meals in this. Looks like instructions and a nutrition menu. Napkins. More drink. 3 spoons. Again, not sure what this is. Another of the 3 main meals. I believe this is the pate that's supposed to be in the meal. Looks like the last of the 3 main meals. I believe this may be another pate. And another. A mini stove and fuel cells. 3 tea packets. And a box of waterproof matches. So this is everything all sprawled out. We got the 3 main meals here. We got the crackers over here. We have our various pâtés and whatnot. We have our drink packets down here. All this together is about 3,700 calories altogether. Now, we just gotta keep in mind not to eat the latrines or the mattress or anything else, because those, of course, are non-edible. But I have to give that disclaimer because some of you guys have decided to give that a shot. So, well, disclaimer: do not eat those. But altogether, all this will be 3,700 calories, and we're gonna go one by one through each one of these items. Alright, so this is what we're going to start off with. We're going to go with breakfast first. We're going to have some of the crackers. We're going to mix in some of the fruit drink with this. We're going to have one of the main meals, and we're going to work with the pâté. We're going to mix the fruit drink in with the water, and we're going to go from there. So we're going to go ahead and get this this fruit drink here in the water bottle. We're going to give that a shot, see how that goes. Get it nice and open. Gotta make sure we got it open enough for the stuff to come out. Some people say they want to rip the whole thing in half, but that's on them. That's how they usually get messed themselves. We're just gonna slowly pour that in there. It's coming out really crystalline. Still hasn't fully dissolved in there. Doesn't really have any taste to it. I believe this might actually be sugar. Alright, now we're back. We're gonna go ahead and get this drink going, then we're gonna open up the rest of the meal. Okay, so, gonna go ahead. Gonna give it a little shake. It's not fully dissolved, we're still gonna go for it. It's a very fruity smell to it. Has a very faint strawberry smell to it, so we're gonna go ahead and set that outside. Get to open this up. First, we're gonna open up the crackers. Nothing special about them. They smell like normal crackers. Come up, main meal. It's a lovely smell to it. Open up the pâté. And there we go. Now that we're back, we went ahead and put them on plates so that everybody can see what we're eating at the moment. We did have a bit of a catastrophic failure in transition. The Russians and their also brilliance have decided to make their spoons weapons as well. In the midst of trying to dice this up, our spoon had a bit of a catastrophic failure. Decided to snap on us, so at least now in case somebody decides to break in, we have something to shank them with. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the pâté, get that taste and see how that goes. That right there. It's a nice creamy texture to it. Bright red. A little bit extra so we can give that taste. Tastes almost like a tomato almost. Very smooth. They have an odd aftertaste. Oddly chemical in nature, but still mostly tomato. You can move on to the main dish here. A lot of chunks in there. Just give it a nice little visualization of that. And now it's going to be down with the hatch. Very... definitely meat in there, as well as a few vegetables in there. It's very pasty. Not bad by any means, but definitely an odd sensation. Definitely different than what the Americans have. Again, another bite in there. You can see, looks like tomato in there. Oh, I see some rice. Maybe beans as well. Overall, not bad. And, of course, try one of the crackers. Of course, with all MREs, the crackers taste like cardboard. But, par for the course. It's a one combinator across the world. So, yeah, I can go ahead and dip into pate, see if that makes it any better. Dipping in pate does make it a little better, but the cracker still tastes like cardboard, so there's no fixing that. But with that, let's get cleaned up and get ready for our next meal. Alright, so we got our layout now for our next meal. We're gonna go for lunchtime. We got the next main dish here, as well as pate. We're gonna do some tea along with that. And of course, we got our crackers to go with pate. We're gonna get the water boiling. We're gonna get the tea going, and we're gonna open up all the packages. We're gonna open up main packages first. Just gonna what our lunch is gonna be. Oh, we get some juices in there. Looks like a little bit of fat in there with the meat. Okay, it's being a little difficult. It's very fatty. There we go, right there. And with the pate. Oh, package aside to break. So, yep. There we go. Of course, that's whenever you open these, you always got a little bit of trouble. There we go. Nice little bit of pate for you. We're gonna get this all the way open. We're gonna heat up. We're gonna give it a taste test. So we're gonna go ahead and put our tea bag in there. Get a nice little tea bag action going on. Get open package. There's a standard tea bag. We're going to dip that in there. And go ahead and let that sit in there. And we're also gonna, I guess, give ourselves a little bit of sweet tea. Get our package. It's starting to be a little difficult right now. There we go. Do the whole thing. Mix it up. That's nicely mixed in there. We got a nice healthy color to it. We're gonna leave the tea bag in there for now until we get the meal ready. So, welcome back. We're gonna go ahead and start tasting this again. We got the pate open, we got the meat all heated up, and we got the tea all mixing together. We're gonna start with the main dish, and we're gonna move on to the pate. We're gonna try that by itself as well as with the cracker, and then we're gonna finish off with the tea. We decided to make it sweet tea, so that's gonna be pleasant. So let's get started with the main dish. It has the aroma of roast beef. It's very juicy, very moist. A nice view of that. It's really hot at the moment. We just got done cooking it, so we're gonna give it a nice little try. Just like the smell to it. Tastes essentially just like roast beef. Tastes just like Like, yeah, you made it the day before, you had some leftovers, you decided to put into the fridge, reheat it the next day. Figure, save yourself some money. Just eating the leftovers from yesterday, so this is not bad. Not exactly the most freshest thing in the world, but it's still palatable. Next, we're gonna move on to pate. Has the aroma of ham. Let's see what the texture is like. It's slightly on the pasty side, but still rather solid. Doesn't taste much different. Still tastes like a pate. There's not much to it, not much flavor. Of course, like I said, we're gonna get one of these crackers. Get a piece on there, and I have to mention that I have to hold the spoon just like this because these spoons are not very durable. As the instructions say, the spoon is plastic, so just like with the breakfast meal. The pate doesn't do much to take away from the blandness of the crackers, however, it does give it something more of a substance to it, so it's not just eating cardboard. Finally, we're gonna end off with the tea. Of course, it just tastes like standard tea. A little bit on the sweet side because there's sugar we added, and they give you a very generous amount of sugar in the packet, so it definitely adds to the flavor of it. But with that, we're going to end this meal, and we're going to move on to the dinner regimen and hopefully finish up here shortly. Alright, now we're moving on to our final section here, which is going to be dinner and dessert all in one. We have the main dish here. We have a little bit of cheese spread, which is with the crackers. We have some jam right here. And then we have what we believe to be an energy bar. We also have some coffee and sugar we're going to be making for ourselves because we're going to be doing some night operations. We're going to get this ready for our presentation. We're going to wrap this up and hopefully we'll be able to give a comprehensive review of this ration. So we're going to take a minute, get everything prepared, and we're going to come right back and jump straight right into it. There we got a very hefty aroma to it. Nice visualization of some meat and what looks like to be rice along with it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and open up what looks like the cheese packet. That looks like some almost like cream cheese along with that. And then we're gonna open up the energy bar, see what that looks like. Never know with some of these, sometimes they can look rather interesting. It's got a brownish black color to it, almost looks like a chocolatey almost, but if I am trusting my senses, it does not smell like chocolate. So we're gonna get these cooked up and we're gonna get these ready for presentation. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get the coffee mixed in. And just with that, it's already starting to mix in. And we're also gonna throw our sugar in there as well. Mix that up really good. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little tap. I'm gonna set off this side to cool off for right now. And we're gonna wait for our main dish to be done and move on from there. Okay, so welcome back. We already got a meal all together with us. So we're gonna start off with the main dish here. We're gonna move on to our desserts. Looks like fruit bar, and then we're gonna try out the jam and the cheese with the cracker. So let's go ahead and get a spoonful of the rice and meat here. Gotta find an appropriate size chunk. So you can see the rice granules in there, as well as some of the meaty bits in there. And we're gonna give that a try, see what it tastes like. It's a tad bit on the dry side, but not bad tasting at all. It still has a... You can still taste the meat, you can still taste the rice. Would definitely recommend having something to drink alongside that, but for what it is, it's actually pretty good compared to the rest of it. If you can actually overcome the dryness, it's actually a really good meal by itself. So, a bit on the chewy side though. We're gonna go ahead, rip a piece off the fruit bar. You'll all look at that. Hear that taste? Very pruny. Very chewy. Not great. Not terrible. On a scale of 1 to 5, I say a 3.6. Let's move on to cheese. That in half. Let's try and get a little bit of cheese on there. Very creamy. Cheese doesn't have much flavor to it. It's rather bland. There's a hint of flavor in there. Just looks like standard jam. Let's get that on a cracker. A little bit on there. Just tastes like standard jam. Not much to it. And to move everything up, we're going to taste our coffee. Wash everything down. Very strong. Not overpowering, but it's still something that can give you a pick-me-up when you especially need it, especially when you're running night ops or just getting up in the morning for PT drills or anything else. Now, with all that said and done, I would overall give this ration a 7 out of 10. I love it was pretty good. A few portions of it were a little suspect, such as the surprise shank spoons that they've decided to include. However, most of the food was rather palatable. I always have to complain about the crackers. They always taste like cardboard, but I guess that's across the board with all nations and MREs that I've had so far. So, many of you who've been acquainted with military rations will be quite acquainted with them. And as for everything else, I don't have many complaints about it. Bits of dryness here and there, but yeah, when you're in the field for over 24 hours. Yeah, with something like this, especially when you can heat it up, is definitely a morale booster as well as a calorie booster. Like I said, this ration alone contains about 3,700 calories, so it's well over the recommendations for a daily human, especially when they are active, such as us when we're doing field operations in the very shitty parts of the world. So, overall, I would recommend this, and if you happen to come across any of these along your travels and you need something to eat, don't be afraid to pick these up. Just be wary when you open them. They will have a rather nasty smell to them when you first open them, but once you get past that, as long as everything's sealed and not broken or contaminated, it should be alright. With that, I'm going to end this review, and best wishes to all you boys out in the field, and that's going to be it.